Hey, happy day. Recently, I had a chat with Ed Berlew, a gun lawyer in Canada. He's in the GTA Toronto area, and it was interesting, depressing, interesting though, because it is what it is, right? I mean, the Liberals, they're out to get us and they're winning. I don't know how you push back. I mean, they have a majority government, effectively, because they're shacked up with the NDP, which is code, of course, for socialist. And in some ways, I think they're more right-wing than the Liberals in Canada today. But it's kind of spooky, and it's interesting because there's one thing that Ed and I didn't talk about until recently, in our initial conversation at least, and that was that if you show that a gun in Canada is being used for self-defense, that's a crime. And that's ridiculous, but that's what's going on. So if you have a link to a website, call it the NRA, on your site, and there's some self-defense things there, and people are shooting at targets of another person, you can get 5 years in jail. Really. It's really gone that far. How did it get this far? I don't know. Nobody knows, but it's there. So what do you do? Think about that. And then you have Joe Biden. You know what? He armed the Taliban, but he preaches gun control. Really? And then you got the Prime Minister of Canada, one I'm already talking about, of course, and he armed the Ukraine and said, here, go fight for your freedom. And back in his own country, he says you can't have any freedom and you certainly cannot defend your life. But I'll give you guns, people in other countries, right? Gun control, Biden keeps saying, hey, look at the numbers. Chicago last weekend, 46 people were shot, 10 were actually killed. Memorial Day weekend, 352 shootings in the country, and that's terrible. So let's get rid of guns. Well, we have a Second Amendment here, don't you know? That would be number one. Number two, 340 million people, and you're talking about 352 people? I mean, I get it. Guns, shooting people, boomity boom is not nice. But look at the stats. Are they that big? I don't think so. The Second Amendment came to the United States in 1791, and it was based partially on the right to keep and bear arms in English common law, which was influenced by the English Bill of Rights of 1689. Sir William Blackstone described this right as a real right. And it's a right, it's a natural right of self-defense and resistance to oppression. And that same common law was used in Canada, right? What happened to it? It got lost somewhere. It's still there. But the government says, we don't care. We don't care about you people. This is all about us. The Prime Minister of Canada and his party have a master plan for changing the face of Canada, but the citizens of Canada, they weren't asked. They were never asked for their opinion. What a screwed up social contract, if that's what it is. I mean, people, get out there and push back. Then you have a fella who's a real liberal. And if it looks like a duck and walks like a duck, you know the duck story, huh? Dumb as a duck too. This guy, Jean Charest, he says, elect me. I was the Liberal Premier of Canada, but elect me for the Conservative leader of Canada. Oh, I was the leader of the Progressive Conservative Party, but elect me as the Conservative leader in Canada, and I am pro-choice. Then it goes on to say, I will not introduce legislation that will take away rights from Canadians. He's referring, of course, to pro-choice, abortions, and so on. Really? But here's a guy that's already said gun owners have no rights. He says, I won't roll back anything that the Liberal government has put in place, but I want to protect your rights with regard to abortion. Again, just another mixed up kind of guy talking, right? Bah! They really are wild. They make me crazy. What do you do to fix it? You got to get one place, like a little place, like Alberta, Canada, and pull everybody in there, have a booming economy. I think half of Canada would move there. And then everything would be good from then on, just sharing. At least get this one. This is where you do need guns, I think. Certainly need a rope or a chair with a whole bunch of spark to it. At least 135 teachers have now been charged with child sex crimes. And that's in 2022. And the year is not over, right? It's kind of just halfway. Not even. And they're saying that they're arresting one teacher per day for all of these sick acts. Really? I'm talking teachers in grade 1, 2, 3, and upwards, sexually abusing children. I mean, wow. You know what? I've gotten mellow in my old age. I have. And I used to say, torture them, people like this, and then hang them. I am mellow. I now say, just hang them. Hey, y'all come back. See ya.